Hello, YouTubers and NFL fans everywhere. This is Matt, the NFL Fanatic, giving you my Week 14 2025 NFL predictions. Due to my work schedule for the next couple weeks, ladies and gentlemen, these videos will be very, very short. I do want to say that the video next week will probably come out next Wednesday as well, due to my work schedule. I hope that in a couple weeks, after I find out my schedule, if I can find some time to give longer form videos. But I just wanted to just give that out very quickly. So I'm just going to tell everybody my records, the buys, and my picks. I hope everybody does well this week. I know it's kind of wrapping up the fantasy playoff season. And I think in 2 of my leagues I should be able to make it. And the other 2 I probably won't. But that's just neither here or there. So last week though, in the 16-game week for the holiday, I also hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving for every American that went through the week. I had a great Thanksgiving with my family. The football results were a different story. The football results, I ended up going 0-4 through the Thanksgiving holiday. Just brutal. Absolutely brutal in that regard. But, thankfully though, I was able to rebound a bit. But let me just see here again for everybody here. So, last week, in the 16-game week, after starting out 1-3 and 0-4 against the spread and straight up through the Thanksgiving holiday, I ended up last week going against the spread 7-8-1 against the spread. Straight up, I went 10-6. So so that equals 46.9% against the spread. Straight up, I went 10-6, which equals 62.5%. So to go from 0-4 to 10-2 over Sunday and Monday, I will greatly take that as a great bounce back to what happened. But now overall for the year, through 194 games, I am now 88-102-4 against the spread. And straight up now, I am 128-65-1. So that equals up to 46.4% against the spread. Straight up, that equals 66.2%. So definitely 500 this year, unfortunately. I was able to hit it last year for the first time in about 4 or 5 years doing these spread picks. This year, I don't think I will be able to hit that, unfortunately. So it looks like that last year was more of a blip, not a trend. And straight up, I'm at 66%. So I am climbing a bit. I don't think I'll be able to hit the 70% that I had really during the first couple weeks of the year. But I am definitely hitting around a little bit slightly above average that I do every year. So I will greatly take that. The buys for this week, it's the last bye week of the season before we get into the playoffs for fantasy football owners out there. But the buys, just for everybody out there, the Carolina Panthers, the New England Patriots, the New York Giants, and San Francisco 49ers all buys this week. So if you do not have any of those players, Bryce Young, Ted McMillan, Rico Dowd, Chuba Hubbard, the Panthers defense, Drake May, Stephon Diggs, Travion Henderson, the Pats defense, Borregales, Jackson Dart, probably the only Giant you have, Purdy, McCaffrey, Niners defense, George Kittle. If you have any of those players on your fantasy teams, bench them because they will not be playing this week. But fortunately for the final 4 weeks, we got 64 games after that for the final sprint. So hopefully everybody in fantasy, they will greatly take that. And I hope everybody that's in the playoffs, best of luck. And for people like me in some other leagues, I feel sorry if you couldn't make it. One of my leagues, I'm near last, so I feel your pain there. But let me get into my picks. So tomorrow on Thursday, when the 6-5-1 Dallas Cowboys go to Detroit to take on the 7-5 Detroit Lions, the Detroit Lions are 3-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Dallas here in an upset. I'm going to take Dallas here +3 and Dallas straight up. And then on Sunday, when the 9-3 Seattle Seahawks go to Atlanta to take on the 4-8 Atlanta Falcons, the Seattle Seahawks are 7-point favorites in this game. Give me Seattle here -7 and Seattle straight up. Then the next game, when the 4-8 Cincinnati Bengals go to Buffalo to take on the 8-4 Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are 5.5-point favorites in this game. Give me Buffalo here to win straight up, but I'm going to take Cincinnati +5.5. Then the next game, when the 1-11 Tennessee Titans travel to Cleveland to take on the 4-8 Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are 4-point favorites in this game. Give me Cleveland here -4 and Cleveland straight up. Then the next game, when the 3-9 Washington Commanders go to Minnesota to take on the 4-8 Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are 1.5-point favorites in this game. Give me in a slight upset here. I'm going to take Washington +1.5 and Washington straight up. Then the next game, when the 5-7 Miami Dolphins go to New York to take on the 3-9 New York Jets. The Miami Dolphins are 2.5-point favorites in this game. In another slight upset here, I'm going to take the New York Jets at home, plus 2.5, and the New York Jets straight up. Then the next game, when the 2-10 New Orleans Saints travel to Tampa Bay to take on the 7-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 8.5-point favorites in this game. Give me Tampa Bay here, minus 8.5, and Tampa Bay straight up. Then the next game, when the 8-4 Indianapolis Colts travel to Jacksonville to take on the 8-4 Indianapolis Colts travel to Jacksonville to take on the 8-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. The Indianapolis Colts are 1.5-point favorites in this game. Give me Indianapolis here, minus 1.5, and Indianapolis straight up. Then in the AFC North first place battle, when the 6-6 Pittsburgh Steelers travel to Baltimore to take on the 6-6 Baltimore Ravens, and God bless the team that loses, because you are going to hate the internet if you lose this game. If anybody that understands that will get the reference. But the Baltimore Ravens, amazingly, are 6.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Baltimore here to win straight up, but I will take Pittsburgh plus 6.5. Then the next game, when the 10-2 Denver Broncos travel to Las Vegas to take on the 2-10 Las Vegas Raiders. The Denver Broncos are 7.5-point favorites in this game. Give me Denver here, minus 7.5, and Denver straight up. Then the next game, in a first-place battle for the NFC North, when the 9-3 Chicago Bears travel to Green Bay to take on the 8-3-1 Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are 6.5-point favorites in this game. Give me Green Bay here to win straight up, but I will take Chicago plus 6.5. Then the next game, when the 9-3 Los Angeles Rams travel to Arizona to take on the, I believe, 4-8 Arizona Cardinals. They could be 3-9 or 4-8 Arizona Cardinals. Los Angeles Rams are 8-point favorites in this game. Give me the Los Angeles Rams here, minus 8, and the Los Angeles Rams straight up. Then the Sunday night game, when the 7-5 Houston Texans travel to Kansas City to take on the 6-6 Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites in this game. It is incredibly surprising to see the Kansas City Chiefs 500 through 13 weeks of the season. But the Kansas City Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. In probably my biggest upset of the week, I'm going to take Houston here, plus 3.5. I will take the Houston Texans as underdogs once again, and Houston straight up. And finally, in the Monday night game, when the 8-4 Philadelphia Eagles travel to Los Angeles to take on the 8-4 Los Angeles Chargers, the Philadelphia Eagles are 3-point favorites in this game. Give me Philadelphia here, minus 3, and Philadelphia straight up. So those are my picks for this week. Like, comment, rate, and subscribe. Again, next week, probably a similar video due to my work schedule. But hopefully in a couple weeks, I will tell everybody next week when the video comes out. And hopefully I will give some longer, an opportunity for longer form videos moving forward after next week. So good luck to all players, coaches, teams, and fellow prognosticators. But until next time, everyone, this is Matt the Automatic signing off. Until then, everyone, so long.